We're gonna open up. I think it's live. Hold on. Yeah, it started. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Shalom. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Everyone to my apostles and my elders, a great and stone who will well. All right, and peace and salutations to every brother preaching the truth, like the four corners of the earth, the truth and sincerity, all right, in the hearts. All right, and today we're going to be going into the confusion of the faces as you see in the title below, you know. All right, what exactly are the confusion of the faces? It's a day 12 and verse 7. Then you're going to start with Matthew 25.
You can get the one you just called.
Pretty slow stuff. All right. Yeah, once you get it.
Yeah, cause I was basically I was going back and forth to this one dude on a comment board, and he was saying a whole bunch of bugged out stuff like oh, if you become leprous, does that mean you become Edomite and then you become white? So basically, he was walking by, he was walking by a sight. He was basically thinking, if you become leprous, if you look like Edomite, oh, you're an Edomite, oh, that's what tribe you fall up under, basically the way you look. And I told him like, no, you fall up under what your father was. So if your father was looking like, so-called, if your father was a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, and you come out looking like someone like, even if you came out someone looking like David Rothschild, if he came from your seed, hey, that child's an Israelite, man. So it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what that person looks like, man. That seed, that whatever seed comes out that male, he's gonna be an Israelite, all right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your skin, what your skin tone is, what your hair texture is, what your eye color is. It doesn't matter. None of that matter, man. Because in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, that was one of our curses that we will be scattered about among the nations, man. So we're gonna look like the Edomites. We're gonna look like the Moabites. We're gonna look like Hamites. We're gonna look like Japhites, or Ammonites, man. Those were one of our curses, all right. But the Lord says what? He's gonna come and sit and sift the wheat from the tares, man. All right, because the Lord knows who's an Israelites and who's not, man. All right. Through GMS, you got brothers look just like Edomites, man. From the brothers from Chicago, and the brothers from Great Waters, or from brother. It's a one brother in Memphis, Tennessee, looks just like an Edomite, man. You know.
Yeah. Stay united. So this is Daniel chapter 9, verse 7. All right, it says, O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us the confusion of faces. As at this day to the men of Judah, all right, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, to all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee. This is Daniel chapter 7, chapter 9, verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongs to thee.
See, righteousness belongs to thee, man. So basically saying what the Lord knows, man. Lord knows enough. Oh, so I can get so I can
All right. Sirach chapter 1, verse 1. It says, all wisdom coming from the Lord.
Right. So all wisdom coming from the Lord, man. Because that's where it resides at, man. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures first comes what? From the wisdom from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So in order to get wisdom and knowledge and understanding, what you have to do, you have to pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and ask for him. All right. And what's the first thing you're supposed to even do before that? You're supposed to fear, man. You got fear has to be said here, man. Go back to the I believe that's in Hebrews where it says what? Before anybody comes to Yahweh, before any man believe, before a man, I'm gonna get because I don't want to stumble across it. Just right quick, while we're trying to bear with me for a little bit.
Sirach chapter 1, verse 1. All wisdom coming from the Lord and is with him forever. All right. Let me go back to the thing. what the brother was saying, man, future of faces is belong to us because why? Because we may look like the heathens, all right, and unlearned or non-spiritual man may judge by the appearance. But in First Samuel it says the Lord looketh on the heart, and men judge by appearance. And we're trying to be like, which we actually are in the seed of Yahweh Shem or Yahweh Shai, all right. So we look on the heart exactly how the Lord looks. Right? Absolutely. So we judge the spirit by the spirit. All right. So like when a so-called Edomite comes to our camp, like when we're on highways and byways, all right. When a so-called Edomite comes up to us and he speaks and he breaks bread with us, we can tell whether that be the actual heathen or an Israelite. All right.
His spirit's gonna be bear witness to ours.
Yeah, the spirit is going to bear witness with our spirit. We just had an email like that in anything chat. All right, it was like not last week, the week before last. He came up and didn't say anything, but his countenance and his spirit was so beautiful that we was like, this guy. There's no way this guy could possibly be heathen or any heathen. You got some heathens out there that look like that's actually Edomite that looks like another nation of heathens. All right. All right. It's all according to how the father and the mother beings are. Basically, it's all according to how Yahweh Shem Yahshua wants that person to look. Right.
This is to go back to the Sirach 1 and 1, because all wisdom comes now going from dust. Or you're supposed to fear Yahweh. This is Hebrews 11 and 6. It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. Who is him is Yahweh. This for he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is. It says, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him, right? So before you even come into this thing, you must be fully fledged and persuaded in your own mind that Yahweh Shem Shah is who he say he is, man. You have to believe onto him. You have to fear that, man. You know? And then thus you will start gaining wisdom and knowledge and understanding. If the Lord had chosen you. All right.
Daniel 9 verse 7. O Lord, righteous love unto thee. But unto us confusion of faces.
Yeah, but it says what unto us confusion of faces. All right, now the word confusion is according to the word con, which means in, and fuse, which means mixed. All right, to what's mixed in. So if we took all the nations of people and mixed them into one stir pot and just start pouring out things, it's gonna be confusing. You know, you ain't gonna know what is what. You ain't know what this person is. You ain't gonna know what that person is. So unto us, it's confusion of faces, all right? Which is talking about we don't know what tribe this person is, man. This person can be Edomite, but yeah, he looks just like one of us. He can be a perfect example. Barack Obama. You know, when he was younger, he made it look like a so-called Negro, but yet he was a so-called Hamite, man. I mean, he was a Hamite. All right, even in the movie Barry, he even told a little boy. He said, I don't fit in with either side. He don't fit in with the Negroes. He tried to hang around with the Negroes. He couldn't hang around with the Negroes. He tried to hang around with the Edomites. He couldn't hang around with the Edomites. He said, I don't fit in with nowhere. You know, because he's really a Hamite, man. You know, because his father is Ham.
That's what I always like to go back to your father line.
Yeah.
If you said you have an Israelite father, that's a dark tribe of the Southern Kingdom, all right? And then he mates with the concubine, which is any heathen they can say, for instance, and hypothetically speaking, it is an Edomite of pale skin. All right, then that baby might come out looking pale, you know, with has melanin because of the father, but has a lack of melanin, not as much as the father.
Or even the father and that. They might have a baby together, and then what if that baby go marry the Edomite? You know, that baby gonna look even more Edomite.
Exactly.
Edomite, you know, so he's gonna be looking more, you know, more like an Edomite, you know.
Let me get that number.
18. You know, and then but on down the line, you know, that his grandfather is actually, you know, black. You know, like my mother, well, I can't say my mother, but my mother is a so-called mixed breed. You know, my grandfather, her dad is black, and my grandmother is an Edomite. You know, but they came to have my mother. Now, if my mother would have had, if my mother would have mixed it with like a what's it called, like I can say an Ephraimite, you know, or someone a light complexion, that baby would have came out even lighter. If that baby would have mixed with another lighter, it just would have got lighter and lighter. And if any of them would have mixed with another nation, as far as a Moabite or Ammonite or Edomite or any other, they would have came out looking exactly like the mother because they have such light skin. Matter of fact, perfect example, My granddad, matter of fact, our dad in the camp is the older elder. You know, he got all the gray hair and real dark skin. That's me and his father. Now, our granddad, his dad, is way darker than him. But my children, both my children are light skinned. You know, because my mother's light skinned and their mother is light skinned. You know, if you see my daughter, you'd be like, your daughter came from that man. My granddad is dark is a Hamite. But if you see his great granddaughter, you'd be like, whoa, what? That's a proven fact that hey, if you mix with so like a light, a fair skinned woman, no seed can get lighter throughout the year. You know, my daughter, I ain't sure she had Edomite light skin, but she's very high light skin. She's very high yellow. You know, coming all the way from my granddad, which is a real hardy dark brown, man. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. It continuing in Daniel. It said, "O Lord, righteousness belongs to thee, but unto us confusion of faces. As at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them."
Yep. You don't part on curses, go ahead.
Because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee.
Right, and that's actually a curse. Well, I was a curse because you're gonna be following the custom of the heathen, man. You know, which means what you're gonna if you was born in the Hamite nation, you're gonna be following them Hamite traditions. You're born in the Edomite nation, you're gonna be born in you're gonna be what's it called following the Edomite traditions. You know, any other nation you be born into, that's an abomination for the Israelites to live like that, man. You know, go ahead.
Yeah, it goes on to say, "O Lord, to us belong confusion of faces, confusion of face to our kings and our princes, and to our fathers, because we have sinned against thee."
Absolutely, right?
That's to the Lord our God.
Okay, God.
And with the numbers.
Yeah, because that's the whole reason why we're in this Gentile state of mind, man. You know, because of we sin, man. So we were gonna have our nations, our people born into the other nations, man. First, Jake like to fuck, and Jake don't like to fuck his people. Jake like to fuck any other nation, man. So if you see a big booty Edomite rocking, let's believe, you know, Jake gonna hop on that, man. You know, and let's say she be a demon and take the child and run and take the child and go around her people. You know, and that baby marries another white, you know, that baby marries another white woman, and then also down the line. You know, as long as he don't have no daughters, as long as that child don't have no daughters down the line, that seed's gonna stay in Israelite, man. You know. Go ahead, you got the Matter of fact, let me get this right quick. This is Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. It says, "But the Lord saith unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord have seen have seen sorry. It says, for the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." All right, so the Lord looks on your inward appearance. The Lord actually sees what's in. He actually listens to the depths of your soul, man. So the Lord knows if that's an Israelite or an Edomite, man. You know, that's why That's why through the Spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, we can kind of tell who's an Israelite and who's an Edomite, man. Now we got some brothers that you got some guys out there that it's actually really hard to tell, man. And then some brothers that different. Like some brothers say Adam Sandler's an Edomite. Other brothers say Adam Sandler's an Israelite. And I actually heard a brother saying, I believe Adam Sandler is an Israelite. Me personally, just me speaking as a man, I think Adam Sandler's an Edomite, man. You know, just me speaking as a man, but other brothers say, I don't know, bro, you might be an Israelite. But that's for the Lord to decide when he comes back down, man. If we see Adam Sandler spirits in the kingdom and he's ruling and he's being a mighty man, hey, we know he's an Israelite. But if he's in slavery, hey, he's an Edomite. You know? Just pray to Yahweh Shemashah that you're an Israelite, man. You know?
Yeah.
That's what that really matters, man. That was it today.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. It says, "And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees."
A pedigree, which is a family line, a family tree. So matter of fact, when you get breeding a dog, you said you have his pedigree. Basically, his father, his father's fathers, his grandfathers. You're gonna see you're basically gonna see his whole pedigree of his family tree, of his cousins, his brothers, his sisters, his nieces and nephews, his uncles and aunties. You're gonna see everybody on that family tree. But they're gonna draw a specific gender. You know, go ahead.
Right. basically that bloodline.
Yeah.
All right, and they
pedigree.
and they declared their pedigree after their families by the house of their fathers.
See, by the houses of their fathers, man, because that's the only one that truly matters, man. They didn't get their mother's side because they know their mothers didn't have nothing to do with their mothers. Why didn't they say in that scripture they got the family, they got the pedigree and the bloodline of the houses of their parents, of their mother and father? No, because through the seed line, it only matters through the father, man. You know? So they got their up there and say, bring your pedigree only of your houses of your fathers. Because that's the only one that true matters, man. Now, it's not saying the woman don't matter, because a lot of people take that scripture and say, oh, see, the woman doesn't matter. When it comes to nationality, yes, she does not matter. It does not matter what that woman is. But it matters to because that woman fertilized the seed. She has nutrients and how can I say nourishment to nourish that baby up to basically be born, man. You know? That's what her whole process is, to take in the seed, nurture it, give it what it needs, you know, then born this child. Then after the child becomes a certain age, give the child to the father so the father can teach that child, if it's a male child, how to be a certain way, man. And that's the whole duty of a woman. Nothing else, nothing less, you know? So some women want to step out that boundary, like, no. It's like the fake Jews said, you decide your nationality of your mother. That's completely backward what the scripture says, man. You know? And then you ask the fake Jew, like, okay, what scripture you got to back that up? They ain't going to get some bullshit. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because if you read, matter of fact, Matthew 1:1 right there. You just read like the first 3 verses. This is cool thing. It's like I ain't even cut you off on the precept. Just want to prove a quick point right there. Because they claim that it comes from your mother. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 1 verse 1. It says the book of the generation of Yahweh Mashiach.
Which generations goes back to genealogy. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, it says the book of generation of Yahweh Mashiach, son of David, and son of Abraham.
Abraham. Go ahead.
Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas, and his brother.
All right.
And Judas begat Perez.
Why is there no women mentioned in there, man? Why if they have not yet mentioned a woman? All right. If they're mentioning all men, they say what? Abraham begot Isaac, Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot the 12 tribes. Judas begot, and so forth, man. They have not mentioned not one woman in there, man.
Yep.
You know why? Because it only matters. It only dialogues with your father, man.
All right. And you can use this as an example, but along with every other book that mentions genealogy.
Yeah. Oh, bro, you don't want to
Genesis 11.
Yeah. The whole book of Chronicles.
The whole book of Chronicles. Actually, any book, it never mentions the mother.
It never mentions the mother.
Because that's the understanding.
It doesn't say Bathsheba begot Solomon. Or Jacob begot what was it?
And his mother Rachel begot
nobody. Yeah, it don't say that nowhere.
Begot nobody.
Right. It always says the father begot a father and father, something on down the line, man. Because that's what truly matters, man. People always talking about context. You gotta look at the context. I'm like, okay, well, what if it says a mother, a woman, you got a man, and a woman, you got a woman, and so down the line, man. It's always about the father.
There's an analogy that goes around GMS that we like to use often. Okay, the analogy is that you have a seed, a plant, a plant seed.
Yep.
You have an apple seed or any kind of seed that are bearing fruit, right? And you go, and that seed it represents the seed, the man character, right?
That's the word sperma. Sperma comes from the word seed. Sperm comes from the word sperma, which sperm means seed.
Yeah, and then seed. It needs to be fertilized. And what fertilizes the seed, speaking of organ-wise in a human, is the female. That fetus she fertilizes your seed.
Yep.
All right, and use that parable within actually planting real seeds with yielding fruit. Yep. And if you do that, then that apple seed is always going to remain an apple, but you're going to have different faces.
Yeah, you might have different bark. It might that green, it might be a different bark, or
right.
Well, not different bark, but the shade of the bark might be different from the shade. Different texture, it might be hard, right?
The bark might be harder. It might have a different print.
It might grow bigger than other apple trees.
Yep.
It might grow wider than other apple trees. It's not gonna grow probably the same. Matter of fact, that's even a problem. Not every tree looks exactly the same.
That's right.
You know, but they all start off with what? That one seed. You know,
One seed.
I bet all apple trees don't look exactly like it. Every single apple tree looks exactly like the same apple tree.
For instance, you have actual different apples. Like you have a lot of different kinds of
apples, Granny Smith apples, red apples.
Exactly, red apples, green apples. You know, but they're all the same. You know, actual substance. All apples. So you can have the same analogy with having sex. Where you get confusion in the face.
Absolutely.
You know.
That's why, brothers. Y'all watching y'all shop about that watching the couple guys.
This is Numbers chapter 1, verse 18, here from the top. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. They declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. All right. So basically, the point was that the bloodlines had pedigrees by their fathers. And anytime you read any genealogy in the scriptures, that it's always declared by the fathers. You know, that's the point. You know. If you want to, I have the curse.
Yeah.
Because you gotta understand something, man. The Lord gave us ultimatum. You know, the Lord gave us a choice. It really was a choice in the beginning. In the beginning, the Lord made a covenant with us, all right? And he said that I set this before you. If you choose to follow me this day, you know, I will bless you to be blessed, you shall be when I come to sin, when I go stop, you know, but if you do not choose to follow me, cursed shalt thou be. And that's where Deuteronomy 28 comes into play. Now, if you know history, then you know that Israel did not follow it. They chose the ultimatum of not following Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. And these are the curses that these are one particularly, these are one of the curses that followed us. You know, it's the future of faith. That's why I said, Lord, righteousness belongs to us, you, but it's us, confusion of faith, because we transgress, you know. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, and I'll start at 31. It says, 30, I'll start at 30. Deuteronomy 28 and 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Now back to that fathers, if we go and betroth a wife, and that happens a lot in the 17th century, all right? When we were had captives in the slave trade, you know, transatlantic slave trade, all right? It says
they show you in all slavery.
In all the slavery, we had a wife, and we'll probably have a little ceremony, and then master come in there and pop, you know, have a baby with him. It says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt dwell not. Thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard. Thou shalt not gather the grapes. So the point was that we're going to betroth a wife, and we're not going to lie with her. All right. Verse 31. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from therefore thine face shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thy enemies. Thou shalt have none to rescue them. The point. It says, thine sons and thine daughters shall be given unto another people. Thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And they showed you then the movie 12 Years a Slave. She belonged to her. She had a son and a daughter, and they took her away out of her arms. And she belonged to them all the day long. And that was a movie, but they actually happened. But vastly, you know, having that on a very vast scale.
All the time. You know, and her children was like, it had to be like around 6 and 7 years old. So just imagine being around your children 6, 7 years as soon as they were born, somebody just taking them from you, man. You never seen your children again. You know, you already cared and nurtured for them, and they already up and walking and playing. And they around 6, 7, maybe 5. You know, someone just take them away, man. You know, never to be seen again. That's heartbreaking, man.
Right. It says, long them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. All right. And it's actually the Lord.
What's that called? When he shot him in the head. The Butler. The Butler.
I didn't see the Butler.
Yeah, in the beginning of the Butler, he took the dude's wife into the cabin, and then he started to rape her. They could hear the glass breaking and her screaming and shit. And then when he walked out, he was butting his pants, and his son was gonna rescue. His son was gonna like go in there and fight him, but their father was like, "Hey, this is his world. We just live in." Basically, gave him a little pep talk and stuff. And then when he got out, when the slave master got out and started walking, his son said his son told his dad, he said, "Dad, you ain't gonna do nothing." And his dad touched the white man. I think he said, "Hey," to the white man. And the white man turned around and shot him in the face, man. You know. And that's just proof that scripture said we ain't got no might in our hand, man. Because nothing happened to that white man. He shot him in the face and he just went about his business. And they buried him, Everybody else just buried him, That's not having no might in our hand, man. He couldn't take that white man and do what he wants to with him, but sleeping with him, And that woman couldn't do nothing about it. That woman can't go press charges or go do, get a during a van and kill that white man. She just has to take it, man. Pull her pants up and go back into the field and then work, Right?
Yeah,
that's our punishment.
I had another precept. This is precept in Genesis where the Lord told Abraham to look up into the sky and count my number of stars. That's what I know. Actually, I got another precept. It says, I know where it's set. All right.
15:5.
Okay. This is Genesis chapter 15, verse 5. And he brought him forth abroad and said, look now toward heaven until the stars, if thou be able to number them, and he shall unto them. And he said unto him, so shall thy seed be. All right, so basically he told Abraham, this is the promise, the promise was given to Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
And he told Abraham to number the stars. If thou shalt number the stars, then your seed will be numbered. Which we know that you cannot number the stars.
Yeah.
He says,
you're walking on the side of the planet and have another 50 billion more to go.
And they got as far as you can't even see. And that's
exactly.
Goes to in the face because they say that we are the minority, but that's not true because they segregated us. But if you bring all the children of Israel together, even if the nations we are actually numbered as the sand of the sea. It's an innumerable amount of Israelites. Yeah. All right, it says
even in that movie 12 Years a Slave, I believe the role that Brad Pitt played, I believe that guy was really an Israelite. When it spoke up to the guy, he said, I have no part of this, and I don't even believe in slavery. He says, I believe that the recompense shall be brought upon your own head. You shall reap what you sow.
Yeah.
And he told that to the slave master. And he said, what did he say? He said, what did he say? He said, these are my slaves, I bought them, they're my property. He said, what right do you have to own another human being?
Yeah.
And then he was cutting him.
He was cutting him.
He was cutting him. And I believe that Pacific role, I also believe Brad Pitt's in this right too. But that Pacific role, that guy he played, I believe he was in the face too. If he played a real guy in history, I believe that person, he was a real, he probably was an Israelite, so he just looked like a Edomite.
I believe the time he died. His line actually goes back to being American.
Yeah, he played Tonto too, bro.
He's actually a Native American, but he looks like a so-called Edomite.
Yeah.
He looks like a white man.
Absolutely.
This is Genesis chapter 13, verse 16. It says, and I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered.
Yep.
And it's impossible to number the dust of the earth because you can't see it. It's perfect. And that goes hand in hand with the confusion of faith.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you just gathered up all the dark skinned, if you just gathered up all the Latinos, Native Americans, and Negroes, the one that's on my birth certificate, you still probably got that group probably got that times 3 in the other nations, That's scattered between, from Israel, from Esau, from what's it called, Chinese, Japanese, all these different nations, man, And that's what Esau fears, man, because he doesn't know who's an Israelite and who's not.
Yeah,
that's what they fear the most, man. They don't know exactly who's an Israelite, so they walk by sight, man. That's why they call it the carnal man, man. Esau's the carnal man, And then us brothers in the know, man, we can't be like that, man. We have to be actually spiritual, man. You know, we gotta walk by the spirit, man. So if we see a so-called other nation come up to the camp, we can't just be amped to cuss them out. You know, we gotta try the spirit by the spirit, just like the brother said about Chad a couple weeks back, man. Chad looking like a straight Edomite, and I'm talking about like a hillbilly type of Edomite, you know, had the big beard and everything. Now he looked like he belongs on that dynasty, but through his humility, which really got me, and never looked us in the eye, and was very humble through the whole entire time he was there. Rightly proves he's an Israelite, man. And his type of conversation and his conduct and the way he present himself, man. See, through the scriptures, by us reading the scriptures, we know how certain nations act, you know. So reading the scriptures and then seeing how people act in their day-to-day life, we know who's who, you know.
Romans 8 and what's that? Yeah, I was still very familiar.
I think it's 9 and 12. It's either one or the other. I'm not sure. I know it's going to pertain to the adoption. I believe that's in 9. Let me get this right quick. This is Mark chapter 3, verse 7. It says, "But Yahweh withdrew himself with his disciples to the sea, and a great multitude from Galilee followed him, and from Judea, and from Jerusalem, and from Idumea, and from beyond Jordan." It says, and they about Tyre and Sidon, a great multitude, when they had heard the great thing they came to did. They says, when they heard the great things he did, came unto him. See, so basically, these group of now Tyre and Sidon and Idumea, they were other nations, man. You know, those are heathen nations. And Idumea is actually Edomites. You know, so now you're talking about these Edomites and these Hamites and these African nations and these Moabites and Ammonites following Yahweh Shah and was just like, well, we're just going to convert into there. No, man, he's talking about the Israelites, the confusion of faces amongst the people, man. That's what it's right from talking to, man. You know, just like in the book of Acts when their tongues was they all spoke the same tongue and the same languages, you know, but they came from different walks of life, from Greece to Rome, you know, and they all spoke in the same tongue to understand each other, you know, because they're all one people, man. You know, it talks about the branch falling from the tree. Is that branch what's different from that branch that falls from the tree from the rest of the tree, man? You know.
I got the
Oh, wait, hold on, Slack. Would you add down in the line?
line.
Okay, because I want you to be on the same chapter, 64. 64.
Right now?
Yeah, what do you got right now? Yeah, hit that, because I wanted to get you that. I wanted to get that when you was in the line that I was.
28 and 64. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. All right, it says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
There you go.
From the one end of the earth, even unto the what's that?
You know, I mean,
Okay. This is.
I agree with you. I thought they were doing it. But obviously, angels can also do it.
All right. Well, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even to the other.
Yeah, and that's what the transatlantic slave traders did, man. Scattered us from what? From Africa to North and South America to Italy. You know, that's basically the North Atlantic slave trade did that in its entirety, man. Because we went to all around the earth, man.
Right.
You know. And when you look at the transatlantic slave trade, and you see that them boats went everywhere, man. Drop off slaves everywhere. You know.
That's right, man. They went to Spain.
Yep.
They brought Native Americans To Spain, they brought so-called Africans with the Israelites, or the Africans, so Israelites to slavery. Yep. They brought them to Britain, you know, and to Europe. All right, they brought them to India, you know, basically all across the world, man, because slavery was a big deal. Slavery was a very profitable and lucrative business. Slavery, selling humans is a very lucrative business. It's like selling cattle. You know, same thing, man. You might pay $15,000 for a horse today. All right, same thing for a person. You know, it ain't stopped. It's still they still got people, you know, people selling other people, and it's very expensive. So he went everywhere, man. He goes on to say, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And that goes into the Genesis why this man. The Lord told Abraham, if thou shalt be able to number the dust, I shall make thy seed as the dust of the earth. And if thou be able to number the dust, and so thy seed shall be numbered, the seed shall be numbered. Mm-hmm. All right. It says, and there thou shalt serve other gods. Yep. All right, that's a prophecy from the past, man. Yeah. Do you not see all the people praying to Jesus Christ? Yep. You know, Buddha. Oh my God, man, Buddha. You know,
especially Islam.
Islam, Muslim, man.
Right. So you got, and it's crazy because all these idols are gods of the other nations. Islam with the Ishmaelites, Buddha with the Moabites. You know, you got Christianity, the Edomites. You know, you got all these different type of idols, all these different type of gods. You got Jake heavily into all that shit, man. You know. Now I'm not even talking about the Jakes that looks like our people. I'm talking about the Jakes that looks like a Moabite, or looks like an Edomite, or looks like a Ishmaelite. You know, that actually looks like those people that's actually born in those lands, man. That's actually brought up in serving those guys, man. You know, those are the people I'm talking about, because that's what that scripture taught. Because once you're born into a family, you got some Israelites that's born into Catholicism, you know, but you know, he might Jake man might be with that Edomite woman, you know, and he might himself look like an Edomite, but he's really gone down the line. An Israelite, he might look at Edomite, and they might have 2-3 kids, and she might be a Catholic, and they might be going to Catholicism. You know, let's say he has $2 and a son. You know, them children's gonna be growing up Catholicism. You know, and so forth with that boy's son. You know, and children their children, and so forth and so forth, man. And all of that, they're gonna be thinking of Edomites, but really true on down the line, they're Israelites, man.
Which is bringing the prophecy to pass.
Exactly.
You know.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt serve other gods, and thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
See?
Now those are the idols, man. Those are the idols are heavy because the things they come out with today, like the idol is something that you worship. Worship means reverence. All right. So if you uplifting something, people worship their cars.
Yeah.
People worship their fucking Chevys and Fords. People worship clothes, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Prada. All right. So those could be idols, depending on whatever takes you, man.
Yeah, and the word worship is a heavy word because it also goes back to the word honor. You know, so and we already know in the scriptures you can honor certain things, but to honor something above Yahweh Shah, that's where you start messing up at.
That's right.
You know, because it says what, give a double honor to the elders. You go up that word honor, and word honor actually means to worship. So are we supposed to worship the elders as we do Yahweh Shah? That's why when brothers was like, oh, you guys worship men. You guys worship men. Yeah. Hey, it says double honors to the elders. And Apostle of the bar said, hey, if you really don't believe in that, then stop saying double honors to the elders. Which me personally, when I look at the word honor, it goes back to the word worship. Well, so yes, when we say double honors to the elders, yes, we are worshiping the elders. But are we worshiping the elders on a stage of Yahweh Shah? No, we are not. That's where it starts becoming sin.
That's right.
You know what it says? It says what? If a man does not hate his mother, his father, his own life, does it actually means hate with a grudge, or does it actually mean to love less? It means to love less. Love less than who? Yahweh Shah. That means you're not gonna put your mother, you're not gonna put your father, you're not gonna put your children, you're not gonna put your own life on the same scale of Yahweh Shah.
Right.
That means you're still gonna have love for it. You're still gonna honor it. You're still gonna uplift it. But when it comes to Yahweh Shah, that's beyond everything. That's the ultimate. That's the almighty, and that's the ultimate love of everything, man. You should have utmost love from anything. So that means if the Father tells you something to do, if your mother tell you something to do, your children have you something to do, and even if your flesh tells you something to do and has contrary to do with the scriptures, y'all watching y'all shot, then guess what? You shouldn't be doing. Just like the elders apostle Tahar. If that apostle Tahar come out with saying all Edomites can be saved, you think what all GMS is just gonna follow that? Because it's purely written in the scriptures, man. You know? Now through the spirit of power, I believe, the Lord ain't gonna have apostles how to do that, but it's just I'm just using it for example, man. Just to show you that the fear of Yahweh Shemel Shah is not on the same level as the fear of Apostle Tahar, man. Which us brothers in GMS Yahweh Shemel Shah beyond everything, man. Beyond your camp leader, beyond your own brothers, man. And us in the know, we should want that, man. I don't want this brother to fear me more than you fear Yahweh Shemel Shah because he condemned himself. We always tell our brothers, man, hey, bro, I can't save you, bro. So thus what? You're not supposed to fear me. I'm just man. And Apostle Paul will be the first one to tell you, hey man, I put on my clothes just like everybody else, man. Go ahead. But it does say, man, keep your foot when you go in the midst of elders, man. And that's control, and that's a low level of fear. Go ahead. See, everybody's not gonna get that level of understanding, man.
Right.
That I ain't gonna say that take years to understand, but that's once you grasp it.
Well, I do because it says wisdom is given to them. We
got So now everybody's gonna understand that, man.
Not at the same time period.
Okay.
It says, and there shalt thou serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. That goes to reincarnation.
It does.
It says, which thou nor thy fathers have known.
Mm-hmm.
So how we gonna how when Moses was speaking to the children of Israel, though, how was he talking about that you gonna serve, you gonna worship other gods, and that you don't know,
right? That if you die right there, that's it. You done for the rest of your
life. Just side note, it just hit me just now. Well,
absolutely.
But it just hit me just now. It says, and there thou shalt serve other gods.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it's like I was moved over that. It says, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth to the other, from even into the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods. So they right there, they never been scattered after Deuteronomy, That goes to reincarnation. It says, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Yeah.
The stocks, they're stocks, That's epic. There's in Hosea chapter 4, it says they asked counsel of their stock. It goes to the mother God.
Yeah.
Using wood and stone.
And we're talking about wood, it's not just as I got glass, so I'm cool. No, man, it's all material out of it. Things that men have to do.
And they have to mention it because it says even wood and stone. Because it's like those are very low material. Right? Nothing decked out like a very high material would be gold, silver, bronze. Those are very luxurious materials, like wood and stone. They're like, damn, that's cheap and low. They ain't even elegant, And
you crazy because you got niggas wearing wood and stone. Which metals are part of stone. Right.
It says, and upon these nations thou shalt find no ease. Neither.
So he says, what? Upon these nations thou shalt find no ease. He's talking about that even though that you're born in another nation, you're still gonna catch hell, man. You're still gonna be the lowly of that nation. All right. You're gonna say somehow, like, wow, how the fuck? I'm Chinese, but yet this man looks just like me. He's prospering. He's doing well. I'm not doing well for myself. Because why? Here in Israel, he's actually a Moabite. So the niggas be like, oh, I'm gonna go live amongst these people. I'm gonna go live amongst these people. But no matter where you live at, the curses is gonna follow you, man. The curses is gonna follow you. Matter of fact, I had a demon fuck with me when I was just not coming to the truth because I was a minor when I came to the truth. So I was all in front of my pops. So I was thinking like, they said if you ain't catching hell, Dad, it was one of Dad's pet peeves. He said if you ain't catching hell, you need to examine yourself. And I thought I wasn't catching hell. I thought I was catching hell only because I was with my dad. So I'm like, damn, I don't know if I'm. It used to fuck me because I'm like, damn, am I an Israelite? Am I? Like, what the fuck? Because I'm only catching hell because my dad. But I had to understand, like, well, as soon as I separated from my dad, I started catching my own hell. I was a little excited. I was a little happy and everything. But it just basically gave me that confirmation, like, wow, okay, that just proves the scriptures much more, in depth. So basically it didn't matter if I was with my dad, if I wasn't. That hell gonna follow me wherever I went, I'm still, I'm okay, go ahead.
It says, neither shalt thou soul thine feet at rest. The Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, failing eyes, and sorrow of mind. So that's a cut on motherfuckers. Oh, let's not go off subject.
No. Hey, it's real.
That's the spirit that motherfuckers talking about. Slavery was a choice. Now it was with a spiritual eye. Slavery was a choice. Back in the ancient world. But motherfuckers talking about slavery was a choice.
Looking at carnal wise.
Carnal wise, we could have fallen back. We could have fallen back. We could have fallen and died trying. No, man, the Lord put a spirit on us. He put a docile spirit on us to not fight back, to endure that punishment. Because it just said in the curses that it said, the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart. So the Lord gave us a trembling, not a heart of fire, and revenge, and a mighty heart, a valiant heart.
Zealous heart the Maccabees had.
Exactly, a zealous heart. The Lord didn't give us a zealous heart, because we could have easily took over them slave masters.
You see how much damage what was it, Nat Turner did? And he was just by himself with a couple men. Let's imagine the whole nation.
For the nation of slaves. Man, we would have
plus with the Native Americans with us.
Right. But the Lord had to put that trembling heart and a failing of eyes and sorrow of mind.
That's what we said. That's why I said what the earth is given unto the hands of the wicked. The Lord had to properly set up everything for this so-called. And it's crazy because it just shows you how base this man is. The Lord actually had to weaken everything for this man to be power over it. Basically, fusion. You have to you have to have the equal somebody. So he's so low. The Lord had to take everything else and push it down to get so he can become on top. Man, this
the world out of his feet. And so it's like he had to lower the stage of the earth so he can rule over.
He had to lower the Israelites because we were so high, we were so mighty. The Lord had to lower us so this so-called white man could be approved. Man, Edomites are not low. Edomites are so fucking low, man. The Lord had to lower, and it just hit me too. Like the Lord had to lower everything. He had to put us in a not stable mind. The Lord had to weaken the earth. He had to put these other nations in a fearful state, just so this man can rule, man. Because if the Lord would have left everything, so far he might have been exterminated, man. He'd have had no chance.
Yeah.
He would have had no chance. The Lord had to come in and make everything, weaken for this man to rule over, man. Go ahead.
Oh, I don't get that investment. Okay, Matthew 13 and 24. This is Matthew chapter 13 verse 24. It says, another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field.
Now this is a parable. Go ahead.
It says, but while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way.
Now the wheat is symbolically for the nation Israel, the Israelites. The tares, or the nation of the heathens. I'm going to say heathens. It looks like Israelites, but are engrafted in as it looks like Israel, but are really truly other nations. Okay, and they're all mixed in together, so they all look exactly the same. Okay.
It says, it goes on to say, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also.
Yep.
So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sire, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field?
Yep.
From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, an enemy have done this.
Yep.
And the servant said unto him,
and these other nations are our enemies, man. Sleeping with our women, man. Bringing forth little cherish little bastards.
Iniquity against us.
Man. Come in, man, you walk the street. Badass woman, man. You're thinking Israelite, man. You talk to her, she sounds just like a fucking Edomite. Matter of fact, Tia and Tamara, the sister, they're my straight Edomites, man. But shit, they look like Israelites, Yeah, a nigga would be looking like, oh, yeah, they're African American women, No, man, they're straight Edomites, man. You see their father, you hear them just the way they talk, just their conduct, They treat themselves like Edomites. You know, and if you see they prosperous, they still prosper. You know, you haven't really heard nothing from them, but they still, living it up. You know, go ahead. Yeah.
And he said unto them, an enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? And he said, nay, least while ye gather up tares, you do up also the wheat with them.
Right, now what the scripture says, it says what the now one shall fall from the now one of them shall fall, now one grain shall fall from the Lord's hand.
It's Amos.
Amos what? I mean
9:11.
9:11. I was just gonna start from 9 to 9. In fact, let me read this right quick. I was gonna start from Amos 9 and 9, but it's Amos 9:11. Should just go here and read the whole thing. It's Amos chapter 9, verse 9. It says, for lo, I will command and will sift the house of Israel among all the nations, like a corn is sifted in the shaft, in the sea.
So how is he gonna sift when he don't sift the wheat from the tares?
You know? It says, yet shall not the least there. It says, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. So what? There's not gonna be not one Israelite is gonna suffer eternal damnation, as the world speaks, man. You know? So read that over again. So that's the sifting, man. Which is gonna show you what's the ending part of those the ending part of that the tares. Go ahead.
It says right, he said, nay, this while ye gather up the tares, ye do up also the wheat with them.
Yep.
Verse 30. It says, let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first tares, and bind them with the bundles, and to burn them, but gather the wheat into thine barn. Another pair of
that's it. Go to 38. Verse 38.
38. All right, this is Matthew 13 and 38. 37. It says, and he answered and said unto them, he that soweth with good seed is the Son of Man.
See? Go ahead.
It says the field is the world. The good seed.
That's basically breaking down the parable. Go ahead.
The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
The children of the kingdom. That's who the good seed is. Go ahead.
But the tares are the children of the wicked one.
See, the tares are the children of the wicked one.
Yeah, father the devil.
Yeah,
father you should do.
Right. All right. So, but the Lord's going to come and shift all that. He's going to shift the Israelites, another nation. Man, come on, check in the beginning of that again.
All right. So the field is the world.
No, the beginning of
It's read 13 and 24.
No. I call it 38, but you got 37.
Yeah, it says, and he answered and it said, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. Field is the world, and the good seed are the children of the kingdom. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that soweth them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world,
which we are in right now. We're in harvest, man. We are right now. It says what it says. It's like what the harvest is great. Yeah, the harvest is plentiful, but the gatherers are few.
Yeah,
you know. But then that's gonna change. The Lord's gonna open in that flood and bring a whole bunch of gatherers, man. We're gonna have a lot of brothers coming in at these last days, man. You know, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shem Shah. Now, Lord willing, we're built up enough to feed them brothers that's coming in, man. Go ahead.
Verse 40. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in fire, so shall it be in the end of this world.
See, so shall it be in the end of this world, man. What's that? Ultimately, slavery, right? That's how they're going to be. And guess what? And it's even more prophecy of that, because at the end of 1,000 years of slavery, the Edomites, so-called white people, they're going to be destroyed from off the face of the earth completely, man. You know? It says that in the book of Job. It says it everywhere, man. The one I can think of right now says the book of Job. It says, what the eye that shall see him no more. You know? They shall say, where is he? You know? Because he's going to be completely eradicated off the face of the earth, man. You know? Go back to this 99. It says, for lo, I will come and I will shift the house of Israel among all nations, like corn is sifted in the sheaf. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake us nor prevent us. All right. So the Lord is also going to destroy these people just because they're Israelite, the Lord's not going to completely destroy them. They're going to get born through the elect, all right, to become righteous back into the Lord, man. You know, because what we had spoke through Hosea 1 and 10, where it says, "Look, this is not my people. Get away from me." You know, I should call them Lo Ami, for these are not my people. All right. That's why we became Gentiles. That's why we became in the state of mind that we are, man. Because the Lord turned his back on us, man. You know, and we did what? We followed the Jeremiah 17 and 9, I believe, where it says discontinue. 17:4. 17:4, we had discontinued from our heritage, man. You know, thus we couldn't call upon the name of the Lord no more to come and redeem us right away, like we did in the book of Judges so many amount of time. You know, the Lord wasn't gearing for that this time, man. He said, "No, man, you actually gonna suffer through this, man. I'm gonna discontinue from your heritage. I'm gonna scatter you among all the nations. You know, so you're gonna be looking like those other nations, and you're gonna serve those other gods. And I'm gonna give you a trembling heart. You're gonna have no might in your hand, and you're gonna suffer through all this slavery, man, until I come back and redeem you, man." You know, now in the book of Jeremiah, which I'm going to share right now, it says our Redeemer is strong. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 34. It says their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, and it says that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the habitations of Babylon. Right. So that's what we're finally waiting for, man. We understand why we're in a predicament that we're in. We understand how we got in the predicament that we're in. We understand how to get out of the predicament that we're in. And now we're just waiting upon the person who could do it, man. You know? It says what? Should no man shall buy you, man. Now that word buy goes back into the word save. All right. Now I was just thinking about this the other day. When people go buy a dog from a pound, what do they say? Oh, he was a rescue. You know? Yeah. They said, but you really bought that dog from a pound. So they said, oh, he was a rescue. How did you rescue him? Because you bought it from that pound. You know? Which I'm gonna start using that analogy and say when it says no man shall buy you. I'm asking a person like, yo, if you buy a dog from a pound, what do you call that? You call that a rescue, man. So it's we talking about nobody should rescue us, man, because we're in travail, man. You know, we're yelling out. Well, the elect is yelling out, saying, Y'all Bashim Yahweh Shah, please come save us from this wicked and abominable and filthy place, man. We're getting vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, man. You know, and the Israelites that's not calling out, they're gonna be burnt within, man. It says what? Back to that scripture, Amos 9 and 9. It says what? The sinners of my people shall die by the sword, man. You know, that says the evil shall not come to overtake us nor prevent us, man. They say, oh, how about Shina shall not come back? We got a whole another 50 years, man. We cool. Nah, man, we crying out so we can be delivered right now, this moment. Lord willing, next week, you know?
You say, hold nothing for the Lord.
Right, man. It says what? Be not slack to praise the Lord, man. The book of Torah, man. So right now we're calling out to Yahweh Shah, man. We understood what we did, man. So, what's it called? Micah 7 and 11, 7 and 9, I believe, where it says what? I shall bear the indignation of the Lord because I sinned against him, man. We fully understand that we sinned against Yahweh Shah. That's why we're in this other. That's why we're in the predicament that we're in, man. You know, that's why we have some of our brothers looking like Edomites, man. Some of our brothers looking like Moabites. Some of our brothers looking like Ishmaelites, Ammonites, man. Serving other gods, man. You know? So thus, since we know this, guess what? We're gonna do better, man. Because it says in the book of Hebrews, it says what? It says, if knowledge already came and you still do, that, the sin of repentance is not given up to you no more, man. You know, you can't repent from it if you already got the knowledge to do right, man. So since we got this knowledge, we're doing right now, man. You know? All right, go ahead. And after this, I guess we can get on Jeremiah the 30th chapter. We're gonna end up there. Unless you got anything to do. Right? This is gonna be the end result, man. You know? No, that was it. 30. This should be started. Start
Jeremiah 30 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
It says, okay. Jeremiah 30 and 10. Therefore, fear thou not, O my servant Jacob.
That's 10?
Yeah.
That's it. Right.
It says, therefore fear thou not, O thy servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I come say, I will save thee from afar.
Yes, the Lord said I shall save thee from afar, man. All right. The Lord's gonna save us out the predicament that we're in, man, from America to South America, from Africa, wherever the Israelites are scattered abroad, man. But really it's talking about America, man. That's where it says, what deliverance shall come from Babylon, all right? So the Lord's really gonna do his deliverance from here. All right, go ahead.
Thine seed from the land of their captivity.
The seed from the land of their captivity, man. You know, which is amongst all these other nations. If it's from Asia, from China, from America, or if it's from Africa, man. Wherever our captivity was served at, man, that's where the Lord's gonna serve. That's where the Lord's gonna deliver us from, man. You got some brothers in England, man. You know, they're serving out their captivity there, man. You got some brothers in America, man. They're serving out their captivity there. You got some brothers in Barbados or in Brazil. They're serving out their captivity, man. You know, go ahead. That's where the Lord's gonna redeem us at, man. Go ahead.
No. It says, thine seed from the land of their captivity. Jacob shall return and shall be at rest.
He shall return what? He shall return to the statutes, laws, and commandments, because it says what? I am the way, the truth, and the light. You know, it says what? You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. We're in rest right now, but are we in physical rest where I can just sleep all day and I can just be in the kingdom? No, man, we're in mental rest, man, because we know what the end of this world to be, man. We know that we have we're gonna have rulership and the dominion of the world soon to come. All right. The Revelation 21st chapter, man. When this heaven and this earth pass away, when we get our heaven and earth. Go ahead.
All right. It says, and Jacob shall return and shall be in rest.
Starting with the elect first. Go ahead.
And be quiet. And none shall make him afraid.
Right, because what? We're gonna have the power. We're gonna have the power. We're gonna have the might. Go ahead.
And I am with thee, says the Lord. Save thee.
So the Lord's gonna finally turn back and look at us, man. Look at his holy and righteous people, man. Right now, the Lord's not looking at us. Go ahead.
It says, though I make a full end of all the nations.
So though I make a full end of all the nations. Go ahead.
Whither I have scattered thee.
Whither where I scattered thee. So that just proves exactly. I didn't know that was in that. I kind of did, but I wasn't 100% sure. But that just proves what? The Lord scatters between the nations, man. But guess what? He's gonna make an utter end. That goes back to that Amos 9:9. It says what? I should shift the tares from the wheat like a sheep. You know, the Lord's gonna get his people out of mother nations, man. And mother nations are going into captivity, man. You know, go ahead.
All right, it says, I make a full end of thee. I will not make a full end of thee, but I will perfect thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished.
See, we're getting corrected right now, man. You know? Now, are the 2/3 getting corrected? They're getting corrected. They're not getting corrected through the spirit of Yahweh Shah, but they're gonna get corrected. You know? What's that? Second Ezra, the 9th chapter says what? They shall it says that the same shall know about death by pain. You know, they're gonna know. They're gonna have to go know about what? Getting their ass beat, man. You know, we're getting our ass beat with the scriptures, man. It says what? We're walking crooked ways. You know, she shall torment us with her discipline. We're not right now. We're getting corrected through the fire and tribulations of right now. Through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shah, through knowledge, man. This is our correction, man. Because we don't want to get corrected with the actual fire, man. So we'd rather be corrected with the spiritual fire. All right. Go ahead. So all Israel is gonna go through a correcting agency, man. All right. Some gonna go through the spirit. Others gonna go through the fire. Just like Elder Damas said, he said either you're gonna be on fire for this truth, or you're gonna be on fire for this truth. You know, if you will to understand that. Go ahead.
Therefore, it's let's start with. And thus saith the Lord, thine bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous.
Yep.
There is none to plead thy cause.
Yeah, there's nobody to plead our cause. But what did I just read in Jeremiah
50 and 34. It says what? Our Redeemer is strong and he should come and please our cause, man. Because that's the only one that's going to be able to please us. Yahweh Shah, man. That's who we going to faithfully wait for, man. Like the book of Lamentation says, it says what? It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord, man. That's what we're doing, man. You know? Go ahead.
Yeah. And there is none to speak on cross. If thou mayest be bound up, there is no healing in that medicine. All the lovers have forgotten thee.
Yeah, which is talking about how Jake trusted these other nations and then these idols. Go ahead.
Yes, they seek thee.
They
seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy.
See, the Lord has wounded us with the wound of the enemy, man. And who is that enemy? We get the scripture in food. Because this is the number one enemy that you don't want to be your enemy. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2, verse 5. It says, the Lord was an enemy. He hath swallowed up Israel. He hath swallowed up all her places. He hath destroyed his strongholds and hath increased in the daughters of Judah mourning and lamentation. All right. And how did the Lord do that? By using so-called Edomite nation, right? That's what that enemy is, man. The enemy is the Edomites, man. The Lord used the Edomites to what? Increase mourning and lamentation, man. All right. So when he said the Lord wounded us with the enemy, man, he used the Edomites to correct us, man. All right. But through the spirit of the Edomites, it was coming from the Lord, man. You know? So this scripture links up right with that scripture, man. You know? It also goes into the book of Habakkuk where it says, he arrived for correction, man. You know? Can we read the scripture over?
It says, there is none to plead thy cause. Thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicine. All the lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of the enemy, with the chastisement of the cruel one.
Which is the so-called Edomites, man. These other nations too, man. Go ahead.
With chastisement of the enemy. Cruel one says, for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thou sealest.
Read that over there. Let's say the multiple increase.
It says, with the chastisement of the cruel one, for the multitude of thy iniquity
Was increased.
Because thy sins were increased.
There you go. Because our sins was increased. That's why the Lord put us into the predicament that we were in, man. Because our sins was increased, man. Because the Lord had enough. The Lord did the Samuel Jackson, man. Enough is enough. I'm getting sick and tired of these goddamn Israelites on this goddamn planet. He ain't saying it like that exactly. I'm just quoting what Samuel Jackson said. But the Lord got tired of us, man. So thus he put us in timeout. Not for our destruction, like the book of Baruch 4 and 6 says, other destruction, but for what? For our correction, man. So we can get right. So we can also appreciate the kingdom of heaven, man. All right? That's why we're so diligent in putting in work, man, because we know this gift that the Lord is going to give us is not a light thing, man. We have to do this with much work. Go ahead.
It says, why inquires thou for thy affliction, thy sorrow is incurable. For the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sin will increase. I have done these things unto thee. Therefore, all they that devour thee,
this is going to be our last end, and we're going to end up like probably two or three more scriptures after this. This is what I want to get, because this is our last end, all right? This is going to be our reward, all right? But just go ahead, I'm going to put the scriptures.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
All they that devour thee shall be devoured. Go ahead.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them,
go ahead,
shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled.
So all you other nations, you heathens, you Edomites, you Ishmaelites, you Moabites, all you that bring hell upon us, man, the same shall become upon you, man. Go ahead.
And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all they that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
And see, we're not only gonna have you in this mortal body, we're gonna have you with the spiritual power. So I can say I'm proud and say, but I feel confident in saying it and say whatever you do to us, I shall release onto you tenfold, man. Go ahead.
All right, it says For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal
Health,
thee.
which goes back to the word whole, you know. So we're gonna have our, was basically back what I was talking about the spiritual power. We're gonna have what, our whole state of mind. We're gonna have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're gonna have spiritual powers, man. Extraterrestrial bodies that never get sick. Go ahead.
I restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thine wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on him, on his dwelling places, and the city shall be built upon her own heap, and the flesh, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. And I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established therefore for me. And I will punish all that oppress them.
All that oppress them, man. Go ahead.
And their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governors shall proceed from the midst of them.
Which means what? We're not gonna have no other nation above us, man. All our governors, all our princes, all our kings, man, are gonna be what? Of the nation of Israel. All right? Go ahead.
And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto them. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me? Said the Lord.
Yep, read 22 and we ended at that.
And ye shall be my people, and I will be your God.
We're gonna be the Lord's people, and the Lord's gonna be our God, man. All right?
Same covenant he made with Moses, man. You know, you should be and I should be your God.
Right, man. And that's how from that we're gonna reign upon the planet Earth forever and ever, even forever, ever, man. The book of Daniel says, man. All right? Go ahead and down.
All right, everyone of all praise, glory and honor to you, how about Shem and Shai, the ones that are possible and others that are soul will go well. Increase the salutation to every brother preaching the truth about the four corners of the earth, right? Sincerely and honor. Until next time, I'll say Shalom.
Shalom.